maar een...
Oké.
Tenminste, zo werkt dat bij mij.
Ja,
Je moet hem... bij mij doen het altijd zo'n...
You come to Wageningen more often.
Aku nggak tahu sih kenapa enggak meraba-raba.
He's happening out here. I have to find my friend there. Otherwise, I'm going to be turning around. Oh, yes. And I would like to attend this geluid van deze naar die, niet van de computer.
oké.
Dus die eruit her name. It's mine out here. En HDMI zo. Dus je kan zien around met please do recommend. Nice to meet you, Marcel. Komt er al geluid uit?
And how beautiful you are. I'm a big fan. It's
En je moet hem eigenlijk omdraaien.
Ja. Nou. Saved just in time.
Nee, we hebben een beamerscherm, hè?
Heb je een beamerscherm?
Sorry, die staat daar klaar.
Dat is een
Nee, maar dat zo ziet het zich goed. Nou ja, dus eigenlijk, ik ga naar huis zo lekker laten. Is verder alles oké hier?
Ik geef nu een danslessen, dus ik ondertussen wel een beetje op de drempel heen. Maar soms ook niet.
Heel veel. Oké.
Worden even in de juiste moed komen. En jij?
Ik dacht, maak even ruimte.
Wat mis je? Wat wil je nog bezig doen?
Hallo.
We wait for, it's not time yet. I can wait for 3-4 minutes and then we'll start. Just give people a chance to join. Did we took everything from? Yeah, we took everything from a text.
Ja.
Yeah.
Tegenhaal. Dat is natuurlijk ook van. Ik deed nou vanmiddag eens de workshop van 5 uur. En dan denk ik altijd dat je zegt. Nog alleen niet zo. Toch wel een beetje.
Ja.
Even de drempel over. Oké, begin maar. Zo, weet je?
Ja.
Ik wil het niet zelf doen zo.
En dan, ja, op dit moment.
Begin maar ergens. Weet je? Ja, dat is het. Gewoon eigenlijk een kritische
Ik kan meestal
Our team.
Let's start.
Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Talk Like TED workshop by THUIS Wageningen. I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Anita. I'm a master's student at biotechnology at Wageningen University. I'm from Indonesia, and I'm also a member of THUIS Wageningen. So I firstly know Toastmaster when I was in Indonesia, because at that time it's difficult to find a place to practice my English. So that's why it motivated me to find a place to speak in English well. And I found Toastmaster. And I thought I only want to practice my English, but then I get more than that. I finally developed myself to the communicating skill, to the leadership skill, and teamwork skill. I also got a lot of feedbacks from my speech and presentations, and I also broadened my network. I met so many new friends, and I can confidently speak in front of people. That's why I thought that I will continue my Toastmaster journey, because Toastmaster is an organization which is worldwide, so you can find Toastmaster wherever you are, I think. So that's why when I came to Wageningen, I searched Toastmaster in here, and I'm so lucky that we have Toastmaster at Wageningen. And I joined this Toastmaster for almost 1 year. This is my second year at university. So some of you might be curious, what is Toastmaster, what we're doing, how can we develop ourselves to speak like TED? So without any further ado, I'd like to welcome Ruben to explain more about what is Toastmaster and how to speak like TED in Toastmaster.
Thank you, Edita, for your personal introduction about why you are doing Toastmasters. You are here for the workshop Talk Like TED. Within a few minutes we will start with the actual workshop, learning how to talk like TED. But before we start, I would like to ask the audience if anybody already knows what Toastmasters is about. Edita already introduced a little bit, but does someone already know about Toastmasters before you entered this room? No, okay. In that case, I will very shortly introduce Toastmasters to you. Toastmasters is a very safe and friendly environment where you can practice your public speaking through learning by doing. But it's not only by doing, but also by observing others and evaluating other people. We meet here every second Monday and every fourth Monday of the month at 7:30 here at THUIS. And during those meetings there are several roles that need to be filled. One very important role to be filled is, for example, Toastmaster of the evening. The role of Toastmaster of the evening is all about preparing and orchestrating the whole evening and making it run smoothly. So it's not only about learning to speak, but also learning how to organize, learning how to manage people and how to communicate your message. An essential part of Toastmaster meetings is of course the speakers. Every meeting we have 2 to 3 speakers which prepare a speech based on this competent communication manual. And those speeches, they take about 5 to 7 minutes, and after these 5 to 7 minutes the audience has 1 minute to evaluate the speaker. And that way you don't only learn by looking at the speaker, but also by evaluating other people, because it's way easier to see mistakes with other people than with yourself, right? So it's more easy to improve your speaking. Another essential element of a Toastmaster meeting is the general evaluator. This evaluator evaluates the whole evening, and it is also supported by a support team with the roles of timer, grammarian and A-counter. The timer looks at the time, the grammarian searches for grammar mistakes, and the and a counter looks for us, as, double words, unnecessary words. And by fulfilling those roles, you have a different perspective of looking at a speech, and thereby you also develop yourself as a better speaker. Before we start with the practical part of the workshop, I will shortly introduce to you this competent communication manual, which all the Toastmaster members use. It consists of 10 speeches which you have to fulfill in order to become a competent communication expert at Toastmasters. The first speech, for example, is the most easy one, of course, because it's the first one, and it's called the icebreaker. And what's more easy than talking about yourself, right? We do it every day, we talk about ourselves. So that's actually the icebreaker. You talk to the other Toastmaster members about your life story. And that way it's very easy to break the ice for yourself for standing in front of a group and giving a speech. But on the other hand, for the members to get to know you a little bit better. Some other elements here in some other projects in this booklet are, for example, organize your speech. So how do you create a good structure, so an opening, a body and an ending, and how do you have good transitions within your speech. A third one is getting to the point, so knowing what kind of message you want to get across and creating a strategy, like what kind of speech is best suited for that. Number 4 is how to say it. So for example, what kind of words do you use? Do you use very difficult words or more easier words that is mostly better during a speech? And do you have very long sentences or maybe a little bit shorter, for example? Number 5 is on body, how your body speaks, so body language. Do you have an open posture? Do you look confident or not? Do you look at the audience? Number 6 is vocal variety, so are you speaking very loud or very silent, very fast or very slowly? Number 7 is about researching your topic, so not only talking about your own opinion, but also researching something and getting that message across. Number 8 is about getting comfortable with visual aids. We all know about PowerPoint presentations, but there are also many other options of creating visual aids. For example, a whiteboard or a flip chart, or maybe bringing some kind of an item to your presentation. Then number 9 out of 10 is persuasive power, because it's very easy to get your message to the audience, but it's very hard to get them actually to change their behavior or get them to do something that you want them to do. And then number 10, which is the hardest speech to give, of course, but it's also the last one in this manual, it's about how to inspire your audience. So how to create this emotional connection with the audience in order to inspire them. Now, without further delay, I would like to give the floor to... Oh, you have a question?
How does it work? Toastmasters complete this manual within a year or so?
You can take as long as you want for completing this manual. Toastmaster is totally self-paced, so you can do it within a year, for example, giving a speech almost every month, or you can take 10 years. It's just whatever you like and whatever you feel comfortable with. So hereby I want to close the introductory part and go to the actual practical part of the workshop and ask Jan Willem to come to the front of the floor.
Thank you, thanks for the introduction and thanks for introducing Toastmasters. I hope you now have a better idea what Toastmasters is and what we do and how we learn and improve our speaking skills and our presentations. Because whom of you have to give a presentation regularly, like for work or... Yeah? For what kind of... for your job or what?
Yeah, for my job, technical presentations.
Okay. And do you enjoy it? Do you feel comfortable giving a presentation or?
I enjoy it. I don't always feel comfortable about it. And I've had some feedback that the tone of my voice was quite flat.
Okay.
So it was hard to listen to.
Yeah, so to stay tuned and to...
Yeah.
Okay. And others, I saw quite some hands. Yeah, you.
Yeah, I used to speak to audience a lot. But a couple of years ago I got ill and now I have to restart again. And I feel it's more difficult. I'm I have less confidence. And also the subject of my speeches are different from before. So I was looking for a place where I could practice, teach, get taught, and so.
Yeah.
So maybe this is it.
Yeah, no, because indeed we are not perfect at all at speaking, and we want to improve, and the only way to improve your speech is by doing, and to give a lot of speeches and to know how you can improve your speeches. So that is indeed what we do. You are you giving speeches? And do you like what I remember when I was studying? We always said like one guy that was good at presentation. We all say, you do it. Is it for you as well? Do you try that someone else does the presentation, or do you enjoy it?
I like to take the lead, but
so you're the person that they say like, you can do it.
Yeah, just to have this improvement feeling, because it's actually I'm very shy for speaking public, and I started maybe 3 years ago to give speeches.
Okay.
I feel like I'm improving slowly.
Nice. And also nice to get to know a bit like who's in the audience, what you want to achieve and what you want to do. Please feel free to just ask a question if you have any, just let's make it interactive. And actually a first thing, I didn't hear a lot of people saying I'm very nervous, or when I have to speak, I'm always nervous and I don't know what to do, and it's hard for me to come up, but for me personally, it was like that when I was especially younger and I was not giving speeches so much. I was just very nervous, and I prepared it in detail. I wrote down the line, every line that I have to say, I wrote it down, and then it's always a bit forced. So, and then I took also some classes and started Toastmasters. And one of the first things that I learned is power posing. It's a way how you get in a kind of mood to know that you can be confident at your presentation.